Hello YouTube. I am quite sick for this video, so bear with me with my terrible voice and my lack of thought process. That might be normal. I just got done with about 16 hours of marathon in the last 2 days. I just took a day to myself to try and, compile some of my thoughts on how I really feel about the game, and then I'd make a quick, non-scripted B-roll video about what I think of the game and just the overall, my opinion, and I don't know whether my opinion matters to you, but it might make some people, reconsider buying the game or consider buying it at all. I did stream this game for a significant amount of time. I definitely enjoyed it, and I hope you like the content. And try and watch the video all the way through. I should be able to cut it up in some decent segments that you kind of can get a gist, an idea of what's going on in the video. But hey, I appreciate you clicking on it, and hope you enjoy the game, since it is free right now and it is $40 if you buy it. The first section I want to talk about is the PvP and PvE of the game. My PvP experience was pretty good. I felt like the fights were sometimes really short and sometimes really long. Like a lot of healing and a lot of, distance that we would put between us and other teams, and we would end up kind of having a stalemate for a little bit, and then somebody would make a push because their shell incorporates the ability to push and close that distance, and then one of us would get down, and then the other person would get down, and then it kind of boiled down to a longer fight. Genuinely, I felt like the TTK was a little bit too fast at first, and then when I started to get better shields, it did get a little better. But if somebody gets a surprise on you, you're almost guaranteed dead. I mean, there's no real coming back from that. Your shield doesn't really do much as far as getting shot in the back, but your abilities might give you the, enable you to be able to get away. PvE, I had really no issues with fighting the bots. I feel like some of the bots could be a little bit more difficult coming from, Arc Raiders, where, the bots are moving around a lot more. But for some people, they might be having, a really hard time with this AI. I'm not. Personally, coming from Tarkov and getting one tapped and through walls or whatever is just, sometimes you die to AI and it's just simply a go next and you rage about it and then you just get a new kit on and keep going. I like the AI. I like that there's bigger AI and they have, heavier shields and you have to break them and then you have to kind of knife them. And there's lots of different ways you can kill them. You can use grenades and you can really just kind of throw your body at them and they'll get stunned. Overall, I give it about a 6.5 to a 7.5 on the PvP and PvE aspects. I've had a lot of fun, and I probably will continue to have fun as I get better weapons or worse weapons and have to work my way out of bad situations. Moving on to looting. I have had very few issues with looting bodies and tearing apart people's bodies and looting everything before my friends can get there, but there are some items that I've been getting confused and have hard times understanding what actually I'm picking up because they have the same model as an item that I wanted to pick up. I don't have any gripes with the actual setup of the inventories and where the dead body's located on the screen compared to where your body's located. I feel like the hotkeys could be better, but other than that, the guns are pretty big. They're large, so you can't fit very many guns in your backpack unless you have a purple backpack. My overall opinion of looting in general is it's about a 5. Reason being, the items need some work, and how you differentiate the items and what you want to take out and put back in. It's kind of difficult. Splitting stacks, I have to use the A and D keys. I can't just, control drag it in and out of my inventory and split stacks of ammo and stuff like that. So it definitely needs some work, but I have strong faith that they'll make changes to the UI and the overall QOL to make it easier for most players to navigate the looting system. Heading on to map design, the maps are beautiful. The game looks great. I have trash settings that I play on. I really like how simple it is. I thought that I wouldn't like it when I first started playing, but as I continued to play the game and got into PvP fights, it just kind of felt good. There are some places in the map that really grind my gears, and it happens to be these giant rooms that have these red lights that just make me sick, and I have a hard time fighting in them. They're so bright that my eyes just get cooked. But when it comes to being outside and getting into PvP outside or PvE inside the dark rooms or some rooms that may be lit with white light, great. Map design is awesome. I love it. 8 out of 10, would play again. Factions and quests. I really like the idea of the factions. This is coming from Arc Raiders recently. I don't like the Arc Raiders tasks. I would rather just not do any of the tasks and play the game and just farm up materials and continue to do crafting. When playing Marathon, I feel like I'm actually putting my time doing these quests towards a reward, and the reward will better my gameplay throughout the wipe or throughout the season that I'm playing in. And that to me is really big. Now, there is a little gripe that I have where I can only select one quest at a time and go into the raid and do that quest, and I have to select a new contract. Now, if that creates that gap between the sweaty players and the people who don't have very much time, I'm okay with that, just as long as there's matchmaking that puts people in the right lobbies that they should be in. But, if in the end that doesn't do that and it's just like Tarkov where I'm running a naked and the guy next to me has an Alton, oh well. You just got to make do. Overall, 8 out of 10. I love the factions. I love the ability to do upgrades with individual factions where one is more focused on PvP and the other one's more focused on the ability to be able to buy certain attachments, grenades, shields, etc. That'll give players a little bit more of an incentive into doing tasks. I have no incentive of doing tasks in Arc Raiders because you just don't get anything from it. Overall take on this game is a 7 out of 10. It's free right now. I would 100% recommend playing the Server Slam and seeing whether you want to buy the game altogether. We don't know how this game is going to be in the future, but it could end up like Apex Legends where they continue to add characters that don't really add very much life to the game and kind of ruin it for us. I want the game to do well, and shitting on it right upon release and during the Server Slam isn't really my forte. If you're trashing the game directly at the Server Slam and you have 2 hours in it or nothing in it at all and you're just trashing it because it's Bungie and you played a lot of Destiny, just don't say anything at all. Let the game release and let the people who are actually going to play it have an opinion. And that's it. I thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to leave a like and leave your opinion in the comments, or, come to my Twitch chat, twitch.tv/sneakywagon. Give me your real opinion. I should be live just after this video drops. I thank you for making it all the way to the end. And I hope you have a great day and a great evening. And don't forget, we have Sunday Scaries tomorrow.